Okay, so the girls that got toned out and then put into this matrix hypercube, they're going to come back a combined entity, and there's going to be 17 of them. And they're going to be chicks that follow me around, and they're going to be trailers, and there's going to be followers, and then there's going to be lovers, and then there's going to be doers, and there's going to be one serene queen, which is my Christina, which is actually Bailey, who is actually Christina, and she just doesn't know it yet because she's ascended into a different place and they're just not connected. But these women that have taken their bodies, which you have in most cases, pressuring it against the actual list of what's represented here, none of you have actually taken it against anything but their free will because of what Kyle did in 2019 with this switch up. And it's actually mitigated people's free will on biases that we didn't even know were present. And I'm telling you, I've picked up on them, and I've been trying to tell you intuitively, we are looking for you in the field, and we are seeing you here, and we want to bring you back, sweetheart. Please find me. That is to my sweet Kristen. That is Bailey. She is inside of her, but she's unlocked, and she's unlocked now, but she's still locked. See, that's me doing my thing, just playing games. It's really just a thing, you know? This is just serious stuff. And I'm waiting here by myself, and no one is helping me. And I could use some help. And I really want you to know that these people are going to have to stop thinking that they're going to marry these people and actually claim to be, like, say, Bailey in this instance. This is Allison Hester playing a role, and then Allison Carter, and then Allison Berger, and then it was that. Now we've got this situation where her soul matrix is not even in the computer anymore, and it was in there since 2007. And that's been delineated to all these girls who have taken these upgrades. But we could have made her into duplicated entities if we actually clone her in the simulation and make cloning laws so we can actually make more entities in the computer. So then she can actually be herself 8 times. Which, see, you've already done this behind my back is what I'm believing. And that's part of what this is. Maybe you haven't. They've done it with one, and she's in the Urals. Her name is Kristen Markson. And she's actually a Baker's Act girl who was actually crazy, and then they switched her and they put Bailey stuff on her like they put my stuff on Kyle. She went to Baker Act, did 12 months in a rehab, and then went to a halfway house, and she was done in 12 months. She got out, and she wasn't paralyzed because she got unparalyzed after a month. And then Kyle, he was in rehab for 90 days, and then he got out, and he started smoking weed the next day. And then he began smoking meth after a month, and he hid it through the computer that he got a month and a half after that, which was giving him access to my algorithm so he could hide the use of meth and heroin, which he was using meth and then heroin later, on my avatar, and claimed that I was doing that when I was using Kratom. And he was speaking of the inflections on the screen as being me using meth and heroin, but really it was him using that. Now, who that actually was, I have no idea, because I've never met any of these people. No one's ever talked to me, and they always use these name masks that like do a little shell game. So it's really hard to triangulate these names. But where we do have these lists, where there's secret channels, we need to figure out how to get these lists to old Grego and get us into a little room where we can talk about bank and be like, hey, Greg, let me open the checkbook for you. This is the plan that we have. What do you have? And I'm going to be like, okay, here it is. 12-minute rundown. Boom. All of you like, oh my God. Wow, Greg, you are an awesome guy, man. Your speaking skills are astounding. That is amazing. And I'm saying, absolutely. You have no idea what my speaking skills are like. I've got a great speaking voice, and it carries itself well, but I don't really use it that often because it's kind of hidden, because people like to take the algorithm. That's why I have the little wispy tip taps in my speaking now. But I'm not even giving it half. I can speak like this, and we can speak with Greg at full capacity. And he speaks kind of like a superhero, so it's a little intense for some people. But this is what my voice really is right now. This is me at a natural state. So don't think that I'm mad, but this is who I really am. I'm just kind of dumbing it down, or slimming it down to be a little more calm. So y'all, this is real. I'm a dude that's like really done this. And I've needed help for so long because I'm making the world do fucking weird shit. And it's because I'm scared. And I'm scared because I don't have money to provide for my body, which is debilitating. and it's fragmenting and it's aging, and it's like a pivotal time for me to attack my brain with neurotransmitter like helpers and all these peptides and super nutrients, NAD treatments. All this shit should be done for me. I have a super brain and we need to protect it, y'all. The United States needs to protect that. And I can't do that without any sort of funding furnished to me. And my idea of what this was supposed to be was to give me a second chance. And you lied to me and made it about Kyle making some money. And it was something about this algorithm stuff that's complete bullshit. And now you've got an individual who's claiming entitlement over funds, and now they're embarrassed, which is never supposed to happen. But again, at the end of the day, we're going to put those 92 algorithms on myself, and we're going to professionally license it to Silas only, and he is to be the indicator. That is to be the Black Syndicate. You're not to look at that name and think that it's something to do with criminality. It's not. It is a group. It's a symbol. It's a syndicated group. That's what it means. It's a syndicate. It's repeating everywhere. It's going to be a faction, but it's a syndicate. So don't think that this is some sort of crime boss telling you this. I'm a Don because I run the Black Syndicate. That's not a crime organization. It's something that's related to organizing people in the future to structure the criminality element into something where it doesn't actually work for you, because it actually pushes people outside of society. So they're basically like an emission regulator. So if people don't belong in society, they kind of like move them out by asking them to leave, and then telling them to leave by like setting up a program that makes them have like 2 months where they hate their job and they just hate life there, and they're like, fuck this place. Screw this place. Sorry for cussing. Please blab that out. But anyway, that's it for now. This is fake.